Good morning, Stanton, and we are going to be showing you how to get to your ship from the newest location, which is Orison on the planet Crusader. So if you are starting out in Orison, aside from the horrible frame rates, you might get lost and not know where you're going at all. So this is just a little video showing you how to get to your starting ship from the Hab. So when you wake up in the Habs, you can have a beautiful view, one of the best views, and actually one of the best Habs. So you get out of the Hab, just hitting Y to get out of bed. And remember, for most of the things, you're holding down F and clicking on something to interact. So we're going to get to the door after I look around at this beautiful Hab, look at the TV, get to the door, hold F, click open. Now, the Habs here too have these little balconies, which are kind of neat. So I kind of ran out here and look where we are. I don't believe we're too high up, but you can actually go up to, I think, the 17th or 18th floor, which is the top floor, which to have this like whole area to explore on. But we're gonna head over to the elevators from the Habs. Again, hold F and click elevator. Once the doors open, we are only on floor 1, so we're not high up at all. I think it's 17 floors. Let's see. 17, and then there's a roof, so I guess there's 18th floor. So we're gonna go to the Green Circle lobby. The Green Circle is the name of these Habs, this hotel basically that we're at, or apartments. I guess they're kind of like a hotel. So you could go straight ahead past that rock and outside. I don't suggest that. If you want to get to your ship, go to the right. Go to the exit here, which is kind of around the back. So once you exit, you can see there's a bunch of stuff. There's a hotel, hospital right away in the beginning. Over here in this direction, there's like one of the whale statue over here. There's shopping in between right here at Stratus, so you can go there and go shopping. And there is a platform that a lot of people get on, and this is a platform, the transit platform, that's going to get you to the spaceport eventually. But it's actually going to bring you to the Providence platform first before it goes to the spaceport. You actually want to go around to the back. So go around to this side, and you see another transit. This transit brings you right to August Dunlow Spaceport. So both of them will get you there. It's almost like a big circle loop. One goes clockwise, one goes counterclockwise. But this one is a little bit faster. We just get into one of these driverless kind of shuttles, and you can sit down and look at the TVs. You can see this one's just leaving. The next one, it'll be about a minute. So even if you miss it, you don't have to wait long. Now I cut out a lot of this because I don't want you to see the beautiful views. But look at this. This is as we're coming into the spaceport. Look at how this looks. Even with the kind of crappy frame rates, even with the clouds that are kind of all weird, it's still amazing. So I just had to show that, but I've cut out most of the trips. So first time player, you can experience this on your own, looking at whatever you want. So you didn't have to look at mine. I also made this a bit quicker video, which is kind of important. But we're coming in here, we're gonna get off our shuttle, and we will be in the bottom part of the space station.
Approaching next station. If this is your stop, please prepare to disembark.
So here we are underneath the main part of the spaceport. We're going to head to these elevators, and once we find these elevators, we're going to get in and we're going to go up to the station proper. So here we are in the station, and we're just going to make our way through. You'll know you're on the right track when you come outside briefly. So coming around a couple of these corners, a couple of stairs, and here we are outside. So we're going to go up this last flight of stairs, and we're going to take a right. You can see it says hangars right there. We're just going to follow that sign. So here's a ring of ASOP terminals. Go to any one you want and just choose your ship. So on actions, we're going to retrieve, we're going to pull out our ship. This one here is on hangar 7, so we're going to go to any elevator, and we're going to call the elevator, get in, and we're going to head to hangar 7. So that was fairly quick. Hangar 7's fairly close apparently. So this one we're going to be flying straight out the front, so we're going to get into our ship and into the pilot seat and all powered up. If you have never flown the ship before, you're going to have to hit R to turn it on. If it's already been powered up, you may just need to hit I to turn on your engines if they're off. This one here is fully powered up, but the engines are off. You can see hydrogen and quantanium are in the red on the right here. So I need to hit I, and that will turn on my engines. So you can use F1 to open your mobi-glass, and you can refuel if you need it. I refueled, I put a little more hydrogen in there, so you can see the hydrogen's going to go up. I didn't really need to top it up, but I just thought, on this one, I couldn't remember if they fixed how far you have to fly to get out of atmosphere. It used to be ridiculously far, but it's not too bad. Now, I could click landing services here on the screen and request a takeoff, or hit F11, hit friends, hit landing services, and you can request takeoff that way. So if it's not on your screen, you can just use your mobi-glass. You have to be sitting in a seat in order to use mobi-glass, but once you do, you're able to contact ATC for takeoff. So you can see the doors are opening. I'm going to hit space to take off a little bit. Don't hold it down, but just enough to get off the ground. Once that's done, I can hit tap N, and that will pull my landing gear in. I don't know if I do. Yeah, there you go. So you can see my landing gear coming in. You can see now gear is not lit up on my HUD. And just hitting W, I'm going to fly straight out, and I am now flying around Orison. Now you can take the time to fly around Orison and explore. You can always decide to come back to the spaceport and request a landing again, but we are going to head straight up into space. Now larger ships, you can't do this. You can't push straight up, otherwise you're not going to get any higher. We can see we're 80,000 feet above the planet's surface. That's how high Orison is. But we need to get 150,000 feet up before we're able to use our jump drive. So I've most wheeled up, but even then I'm only hitting about 185 meters per second right now, 190 now. It's slowly going up. So some ships you can't push straight up, and even then you're pushing your maximum to try to get up and out of the atmosphere. So we are just rising, taking our time. We're only at 86,000, so this takes quite a while. So I know I edited this. I took out a lot of the flying that we're going to take in order to get out of the atmosphere, because it's just flying straight up for the longest time to get out. So we can see here we're at 146,000, 147,000, 148,000. We're almost at 150. And we are now at 150,000. So we're now able to tap B to turn on our jump drive, and we're able to choose a location we're going to jump to. So pushing F2 opens up your stars map, and you're able to, I don't know, I'm having issues with my mobi-glass here. There you go. You're able to choose a location and set a route, and you are high enough now that you can jump. Now I've turned off, or I've set off my locations, because one thing is good to do is you can just have no location set and find an orbital marker. Here's an orbital marker right here, and you can see that it's 7,668 kilometers away. But if you look at our altitude, it went to 200,000, 300,000, over 2,000, and we are definitely in space. You definitely don't have to worry now about falling back in the atmosphere or having to deal with the thick atmosphere of the planet. Jumping to an orbital marker is always a good bet. So I've jumped to Port Olisar now. Once you leave Orison, it's a good idea sometimes to go to Port Olisar. And from Port Olisar, you don't have to land there, but just get close enough that it says request a landing. And did I use my screen? I did. I just used my screen now to request a landing. And once I requested a landing and one was granted, and a little symbol pops up on one of the landing pads showing me where they want me to land, right there. I've now set my spawn at Port Olisar. So now if I leave the game and come back, I don't have to fly all the way through that thick atmosphere again. I've set my spawn at a space station, which I can then start at to go to any location. Or if there was ever a game crash, I'm definitely a lot quicker to start at a space station than at Orison. Landing at Orison is a little bit more difficult. You need to know what you're looking for, and you're going to be traveling a massive distance. So I am heading towards Orison right now, and you can see it arriving in the distance. And once it pops into view and your jump drive has cooled down so you can jump again, you either want to set Orison as your location on your star map, or just tapping B to turn your jump drive on if it isn't on already. You just want to look over the planet's surface, looking again for the home plate shape, the 5-sided shape with the point pointing down. You want to find Orison, and you want to aim towards it. So I'm looking around here, trying to find Orison, and there it is. Looks like home plate pointing down. It's just to the right there. So I'm going to aim at it with my jump drive on. It's already spooled. It's going to calibrate. This is where you're going to lose a lot of frame rate. So I think I can't recall if I actually cut this video or not, but it's definitely going to have some issues. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong. It looks amazing. But you can see it's starting to give me basically a slideshow as I'm flying over the clouds. But when it works, it looks amazing. Here we are. We're coming over the clouds now. They look awesome. And we are coming quite a distance. You definitely wouldn't want to fly this using just engines. This is what takes the most of your time. So it comes up high, and then we're going to come straight down into the clouds towards the city. So once we get closer, it's going to come into view. It's down here deep in these clouds. There it is. Look at that. Wow. Now this is massive. I didn't realize the first time that Orison was going to be as big as it is. It is huge. All these different industrial platforms and living areas, everything you can explore, but it's so hard to know where you're going if you're not sure where you're supposed to go.
Quantum travel complete.
So once our jump drive has cooled down, we look here. Orison is 76 kilometers away. My hint to you is fly till you're 60 kilometers away. Fly until you're 60 kilometers away. Don't worry about aiming too much until then. Once you're about 60 kilometers away, you can look. Orison shows up there. The target is on that centerpiece there. You can see there's a bunch of those round ring-shaped places. And then if you have those on the right of where Orison is, look to the left and you can see something that looks like a spider. So I'm going to kind of aim at it. I'm going to show you. To me, it's kind of like a spider. This shape here. Oh, we're moving a bit. We're going to try to slow down. So this shape, that is the spaceport. So Orison is in the center. The rings are on the right. The spaceport is on the left when you come in. So we're going to fly a bit closer, and I'll probably do a cut because it does take a while to fly down there. But that is what you're aiming at. That is the spaceport. So again, Orison, where the little home plate is, rings to the left or right. Sorry, spaceport's to the left. Have I been saying that wrong the whole time? Spaceport left, rings right. Hopefully I haven't been messing that up. Getting left and right somehow mixed up on my brain. So we're just going to fly down. We're a little bit closer now. The shape again, like I said, to me it reminds me of a bit of like a spider. Get closer and closer. If you look, we started at about 150,000. We're now about 90,000. Closer and closer. You're starting to see some of the green on the spaceport. And you're heading towards the main hub, the center of the spaceport. So I think a sign just popped up saying we can contact ATC. No, it just said we're entering a restricted zone. So we got to wait till the words at the top of the screen say contact ATC to land, and then we can request a landing using either our MFD or F11, and then choosing friends and requesting a landing that way. So there it's just popped up. Please contact ATC to land at the top of the screen. So just using the MFD, we've requested a landing. If you don't have that on your screen and don't know how to switch your MFDs, just use F11, friends, and request a landing. And we've been granted. We just have to find where we're supposed to go. So in order to do that, just kind of look around for a circle with an arrow on it. There it is. That shows up. That is where we're going. Now I wasn't sure. I thought this was a hangar at first, but this is more of like one of the docking bays. So you get yourself lined up, nice and slow, so you can see I've used the mouse wheel down to get my maximum speed relatively slow, so that I'm not going to smash into the corner. This is the one where I've made a mistake. Don't make the mistake I made. This is a huge bay, so you don't need to land where I did. Move up a bit, because when you land where I did, once you get out of your ship, you've got to run all the way across this bay in order to get into your elevator, where if I'd just flown a little bit farther, I would have saved myself a lot of running. But as you can see here, I close up my ship and I turn around, and now look at how much I got to run. This is ridiculous. I could have saved so much time just by flying my ship, you know, a couple hundred feet faster, or farther, I should say. So in here, you can take elevators out to the terminal, go to one of the ASOP terminals and store your ship to make sure it's stored. Once it's stored, we're going to head around the center area here. Now, one thing I pointed out in here that I didn't before, this is where you can buy a little stuffed toy that you can like bring around with you, put it in your ship. We've got a larger storm whale here. We've got Francis, and I can't remember the name of the other one here. Stormy, I don't remember the name. Finley, there you go. And those are the smaller ones, 75. The bigger ones are 150. You can buy those and carry them around. Now, we go down this way. We're going to head through to the Skyway Transit. From the transit, you can either take one that brings you to the Providence platform, which I believe has like a mining equipment for sale, a couple stores, or you can take the transit that will bring you right to the main concourse, which has all the shopping, the hospital, all the different areas. So here is the underground, and we've just walked into the main area, so you can choose either going to Providence platform or to the Cloudview Center. And so I suggest Cloudview Center, although we don't get to see me fly there because the ship's not going to arrive for a while. I think it was about a minute, so I think I called this here. And that is it. That is how you fly and land and take off from Orison. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope to see you soon in the verse. Thanks for watching.